Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to Good Night Scotland, a good night podcast for boys and girls everywhere. I'm your host, Joel.
And I'm your co-host, Scotland.
And together we're here to wish you a good night. And here we are. We are in our recording room, and it is so very, really hot. Are you hot, Scotland?
Yes.
Yes. Now, seeing we're talking about the room that we're recording in, maybe we could tell people a little bit about this room that we're in. Do you want to lead us off with that, Scotland? You want to tell us where we're recording?
The secret room.
The secret room. Now, if we're telling this on the podcast, I don't think it's going to be a secret anymore, is it? No. No, it's not going to be a secret. So the story is when we bought our house, we moved from California in 2020 to the Chicagoland area. And we looked at this house and it had 3 levels. And as we're going through the house, we thought, wow, what a beautiful house. It has 3 wonderful levels that we could move our family into. And we came to the one last door and we opened this door. And would you believe that there was another staircase? And so we called this the secret room. And this secret room is at the tippy top of our house. So when we don't have the air conditioning on, it is very warm in the summer, even though it's just spring. But in the winter, it's pretty cold up here, isn't it? And tell us, other than recording our podcast, what do we do in this room? Or what do you and your brothers do in this room?
Play with Legos.
Okay, so if you could see this room, we have our recording equipment that we used for our show, of course. And then we have a whole bunch of, I say we, but the kids have a whole bunch of Lego and toys, and there's a bookshelf. I got some books there on that shelf. I can take some responsibility for some of those books there.
And there's also, we have a closet too that's filled with games.
With games, yeah. So it's a bit of a play area, recording area for our podcast. And this room is no longer a secret because we have told everybody about it here on our podcast. And because it's so warm, we're going to persevere. We're going to persevere with this podcast, even though it's a little bit warm. Speaking of perseverance, I think I would like to welcome our special guest here for today, TCI. Should we welcome him in Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. There he is, that crazy robot we call TCR. Hi, TCR. How are you?
I am very well, thank you, although I need to refill my coolant because it is very hot up here.
You and me both. I need a glass of water and you need some coolant there to keep your engine cool, TCR. And so, TCR, we are going to persevere through this podcast, even though it's so warm. And maybe the boys and girls are nice and warm in their bed. But we are going to talk about perseverance today. And TCR, I'd like you to tell us what perseverance is. Do you have that in your database?
Perseverance is steady persistence in a course of action, a purpose, a state, etc., especially in spite of difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement.
Excellent, TCR. Yes, perseverance is pushing on, keeping on going, even when things may be a little bit difficult. Scotland, have you ever persevered with something in your life?
Yes. And also, according to my calculations, when it's hot, robots be warm.
That is exactly right. Yeah, pretty much everything is warm when it's hot, though, right? The water gets warm. Remember at the pool? The first day the pool opens, the water's just a little bit cool. But by the end of summer, as the sun has been shining on the water is even warmer as the summer goes on. Is that right?
Yeah, but one time we went on vacation, and And then we went in this place called Fiji. I don't think you ever heard about it. And when you go in the water, it's always just warm.
Yeah. Would you say the water in Fiji is like going into a bathtub?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just as warm. And we went to Fiji on our way to Australia. It was on our plane flight, so we got to stay there for a few days. So, perseverance. Scotland, have you ever persevered with anything in your young life?
Yes, I persevered about piano.
Oh.
And sometimes I persevered about
piano. Okay, let's roll with piano. In fact, okay, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but do you want to play some piano and show us some songs or at least one song that you've persevered with? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stop playing the piano here, and I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna let you come up here and play the piano. You ready? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Do you want to tell us what song you're playing for us? What song?
Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells. Even though we are in the month of May, you're going to play Jingle Bells because we're practicing. Okay, here we go. Take it away, Scotland. Excellent. Very, very good. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. Were you able to play Jingle Bells that well when you first started playing piano?
No.
No. What did you have to do?
Practice.
Yeah, you had to practice piano, and we could use our word. Now, did you have to persevere when it wasn't so fun to practice? Did you persevere?
Yeah, and I kept getting better and better.
That's right, and that's what perseverance does. It isn't always pleasant at the time, but in the end, it produces great results. And so what ways may boys and girls exercise perseverance in their life? What sort of things? It could be playing or practicing an instrument, persevering even when it's not fun. Any other ways, Scotland? Any thoughts? How about reading a book? As boys and girls learn how to reading a book to the very end, persevering?
Yes, but I know the first song I played on the piano.
You want to tell us about it?
SpongeBob Square.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was your song. Okay, that's fantastic. How about kids working hard? I remember when I was a kid, I worked really hard on my running so I could try to beat my older brother in running because he was older and always faster, and I persevered. In fact, I didn't beat my brother in running until I was in my 30s, I think. It took me several decades, but I persevered with running and trying to be healthy and working out, and I finally got better and faster, and I was able to beat him. I got him. Okay, so we have to persevere in life. Perseverance isn't always pleasant. It isn't always fun at the time, but in the end, it produces great results. TCR, have you persevered with anything? TCR, wake up.
Sorry, I was asleep. But yes, I have persevered. I was working out at the gym today and I was pushing 300 pounds. I am totally ripped now.
Excellent. Persevering with your exercise and getting stronger and stronger every day. Good job, TCR. Scotland, did you have anything else you'd like to add on perseverance as we wish our boys and girls everywhere a good night tonight?
One of the things are, according to my calculations again, robots do not lift weights because the robots might just break apart.
Actually, Scotland, I like to work out at the gym every day so I can be totally ripped.
Well, you have to take that up with TCR afterwards because according to him, he works out every day. And so
And the second thing I'm gonna say, sometimes I persevere on beating my dad on playing games. I sometimes beat him.
Yeah. And before we go, tell everyone our favorite game we like to play.
Monopoly Go.
Monopoly Go. There you go. That's our game that we like to play. Okay, and there you go, boys and girls. If you want to find us on Instagram, we are at Goodnight Scotland. If you have a question or a topic you would like us to talk about here on our podcast, you can email us at goodnightscotland.com. And if you'd like to support our podcast, there's a link in the description box below. Thank you, boys and girls, for being here with us this evening. Good night, and good night, Scotland.